Right, if you're coming on the live, just let me know. Say something in the chat for me. Let me know you're in here, where you're watching from. All right, I think I see Bishop Thomas is in the room. Don't plan to be long today. Just wanting to give a little bit of value today. I know it's Monday. I know it's a recovery day for most pastors, most ministers, but I'm just wanting to come in and add some value while I wrap up my day. Monday is always a very busy day for me as well. If you don't know, I run a marketing agency for churches, for the most part. And this is the day when I'm usually editing most of the sermons and updating a lot of social media. So this is usually my busiest day, but I just wanted to come on here for a few minutes and add a little bit of value to this group. I know there are some new people who just joined the group, and I wanted just to come in and add a little bit of value, share a little bit about what we can offer to your ministry. So just wanted to give a few more minutes. It's 3:28 right now, so I'll just give it a few more minutes to let people hop in here, and we can get going. All right. So the subject that I'm going to be talking about today is who must always come before what in ministry. Who must always come before what in ministry. There's a lot of what's in ministry, and I'll define what I mean by what, but who must always precede what? Who must always precede what? And I want to talk a little bit about that today. Right. All right. So I'll just go ahead and get started, let people come on, and then people can also watch the replay. What do I mean by who must always come before what? Ministry has a lot of what's attached to it. A sermon is a what. You know, that's one thing that I have to do. A website is a what. Live streaming is a what. Outreach is a what. There's lots of what's. Children's ministry is a what. There's all different types of what's that we have in ministry, all different types of things that we have to consider, and all different types of things that we have to do in order to keep a ministry going in afloat. But I believe the thing that separates successful ministries and those that really reach their communities, but compared to those that aren't as successful and maybe a bit more stagnant, is they understand that who comes before what. They understand that who I'm called to is more important than what I'm doing. Who I'm called to is more important than what I'm doing. And when we understand that, and we have a legitimate strategy, even if it's not the best strategy, I believe that that's what's going to allow us to ultimately see the results that we're looking for. Because when we emphasize who we're called to, and we really build a strategy to reach those people, it's going to allow us to experience so much more success, so much more fulfillment. Because when we have clarity around who we're called to, it allows us to be more impactful, more intentional, more specific to those individuals. And that's what I want to share with this group. We're doing the group a little bit differently moving forward. We're not going to be I haven't had much issue with people posting their sermons and things of that sort up to this point. But now I really want to focus the content around really helping ministries grow. The goal of this group is to help churches grow. Like, that's really what we're trying to do here. My goal, the reason why I started my agency in the beginning, in the first place, is it's a vehicle that helps churches grow. That's always been something that God has put on my life as a calling, is to help people and organizations and ministries grow. And that's what this whole thing is designed to do. So anything that I can do that can help push a ministry a little bit forward, that's what we're going to do in this group. So the thing I want to leave you with today, like I said, I'm not going to be long, is really understanding that who must come before what. Who must come before what. And if we're not seeing the results that we want to see, if Sunday didn't go like we wanted to, if we maybe didn't preach the best sermon that we could have preached yesterday, I think when we really understand who we're called to, clarity allows speed, allows us to move faster, allows us to be more confident. It allows us to really move faster and with more confidence and with more intentionality than simply just going with the motion. And the amazing thing about the day that we're living in today is we have resources that allows us to get clarity. There are resources available to us that can allow us to know who's in our community and allows us to actually really make sure that what we're doing is being tailored towards them. I know a lot of ministries, we get caught up in, oh, we don't want to be like a business, or we don't want to have business practices or whatever. But I think that we have to understand that there is a business element to what we do. And even if I wouldn't even necessarily call it business, I would just call it principles. And it's a principle that is just, that works regardless of what it is that you're doing. And the key is when we understand that we have limited resources and we want to make sure that we are being as efficient and targeted with what we're doing as we possibly can, that's what's going to allow us to see the growth and experience the growth that we ultimately want to and desire to in our life and in our ministry. So that's really what I want to leave you with today. Figure out who you're called to. Figure out who you're called to. Get a burden for who you're called to. You know, Jesus prayed all night before he chose his disciples. Jesus prayed all night before he went out and he chose the disciples that he was called to. So that was one of the most important things. Before you see him doing the miracles, before you see him doing the signs, doing the wonders, he went and found his ministry team. That's what he did. And even when you look at his apostles afterwards, they all understood what their assignment was. And they didn't have the same assignment. They understood who they were called to. And time after time after time, we see the people, these preachers, the ministers in the Bible, they have a specific person that they're called to. They have a specific group of people that they're called to, and that's what allows them to be the most effective. And I want to encourage you that to me, if I was in a place of where maybe my church isn't growing the way I would like it to be, maybe my ministry isn't seeing the results that I wanted to experience, I'm going to find out, am I reaching the right people? Am I going after the right people? Because maybe the people that my ministry is currently attracting, they're not called to my voice. And we just have to understand that may just be the case. It doesn't make what I'm doing wrong or bad or something's off with me or with them. It just means that I need to figure out who is called to my voice. Who is called to my voice. And that's what I want to encourage you all to do is find out who in your community is called to your voice. And once you do, it's going to be a game changer for you. You're going to experience amazing growth. You're going to see the results that you're praying for. It simply goes to who before what? Who before what? Who before what? That is the key. That's the thing that we need to focus on. And when we understand who we're called to, that's what's going to allow for us to really begin to see the results that we're after, and we're going to be able to just experience exponential growth. Oh, my Wi-Fi cut off a little bit. Does anybody have any questions or comments about what I'm talking about today? I want to use this as an opportunity to be a little bit more interactive. So if anybody has anything they want to add to what I'm talking about, or maybe they even want to push back against what I'm talking about, that's totally fine. But I want to give you an opportunity. And if I don't get much response right now, I'll go ahead and cut the live off for today. But I'm just wanting to come in here, chat with you all. I know this is an off day for many pastors, and just wanting to give you something to think about as you begin your week. So does anybody have anything they would like to add to the conversation? All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and hop off. I have some work that I'm taking care of, but for anybody who's wanting to chat with me personally, I help churches and I help pastors with their digital strategy. We have a program that we develop called the Ideal Disciple Discovery Process. It's an 8-step process. There is nothing else out there like this that's going to allow a church and a ministry to identify who their ideal disciple is and build a strategy to reach them. It's a game changer, especially at this time in the summertime. We know that there's usually a summer slump. So this is the time you really want to emphasize strategy, that you really want to emphasize building a strategy that's going to allow you to take advantage of those momentum months. So contact me, let me know, and we will go to the next level together. God bless you all, and I will see you soon.